Hey y'all, welcome back. I am excited to get into the TikToks of the day. Guys, we're gonna try to figure out something that's a little strange, a little creepy, a little weird, a little strange, a little weird, a little creepy, a little strange, a little weird, a little creepy. I'm just playing. We're gonna have some fun with some TikToks and we're gonna react to them. So guys, you guys can always, let me know how you feel about these down in the comments. I'm having fun and I hope that you do too. So let's get into it. That was a weird note, but we're gonna keep it, okay?
This is the world map, and this is Rome. What if I told you that from here to here, it's 6,400 kilometers, but from here to here, which only looks like half the size, is 7,200. The continent of Africa has been shown smaller than it actually is. What if I told you that Greenland was only this size, or Russia was this size, or the US and Canada were much smaller? You know what? This is the real map. Look at Sweden, Finland, and Norway. They're much smaller now. Or Greenland is tiny. Maybe it wasn't practical, but it seems unfair towards Africa. Why haven't we been told?
Everything is about propaganda. So, I've always been told that Africa is like one of the biggest continents. But I guess, everything is to be able to fit something into an agenda or to try to get you into some type of propaganda in some type of way. So, is it possible? Absolutely. I would not be surprised if that's how it looks for real. Because honestly, all we can do is take other people's word, because it's not like we can go up there and go explore it ourselves. Unless we had enough money. Come on. Oh, I thought it was hair too. Okay. I didn't know that.
You know why you should never eat drumsticks? Like the ice cream cones that you buy in the market.
I
I
never
used to
ate
eat those
them.
all the time, especially the ones with like the peanuts on top of it. So this is crazy. People are finding that the ice cream is not real ice cream. And to prove this, they buy these ice cream cones and then they leave it outside of the freezer for like 24 hours. And after 24 hours, they try to see if it melts or not. Like, look at this video. So look.
What is that?
They left it out for 24 hours and it's not melted. It looks like mashed potatoes, but it's not like liquid ice cream melted.
So they left it out in room temperature for
Room
24
temperature,
hours.
24 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And it
Oh my
didn't melt.
gosh. And that's what we're eating.
Yeah, so if you look at the box of drumsticks, like the packaging, nowhere on the packaging does it say that it's ice cream, because legally, by the USDA, they cannot say it's ice cream unless in the product they have 10% milk fat. Drumsticks do not have that. So legally, they cannot say it's ice cream. And look at the box. On the box, it's so small where they put it. It only says 4 frozen dairy dessert cones.
Oh
And they
my
only put it super
gosh.
small at the bottom of the box.
So since it's not real ice cream, they legally can't say that it's ice cream on the box.
Yeah, so since it says frozen dessert cones, that usually means it's made with like oils. There's like some milk fat, but there's not enough to call it ice cream, and that's why drumsticks don't melt. It's like completely made of different things.
To think that these drumsticks can be left out and they don't melt. Can you imagine what happens when you eat these things? And it's just sitting
Oh
in
my
there?
gosh.
Just sits.
I can't remember. I don't really know if I've ever eaten one before. Like, I don't know. My brain just isn't processing at this moment. But I'm pretty sure I have. But I have to be completely honest. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure out of my childhood, I probably had one of those ice cream. I can't call ice cream, huh? Frozen desserts. My goodness, why can't they just let ice cream be ice cream? Why the extra? My gosh. And to think that it stood out for 24 hours and it didn't melt. I'll be honest, it's making me want to go look at my ice cream I have in the refrigerator and see if it actually says ice cream on it and see if it melts. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Does he not know that he did that? Okay, so first we got to give these truck drivers a little grace. They're driving something humongous. But I wonder, could he have seen that? Because it looks like it could have been a wide load. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't see a sign or anything. Gosh. They're supposed to make wide turns. And it looked like it was a car on each side of them. I don't know. I don't know. I feel so bad. Oh my gosh.
Siri, can you check my bank balance and let me know which Apple product can I afford?
Apple juice.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's horrible. You asked the question and baby, they delivered.
The Purge is real.
Yes, it is.
Who would have ever imagined that a movie like The Purge was like, oh, it's a great premise, but it would never happen in real life? Aha! Yes, it is.
I think it's a great idea.
Todd, lead us through this.
All right,
Let's go.
so the city of Pittsburgh has come out and said, guess what? Between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., we will not be responding to the residents of Pittsburgh. So let's play this clip because it is awesome.
Rick, what was the big takeaway today?
Yeah, Susan, residents of the city will see a major change in the way police respond. They will no longer respond to calls that aren't considered in-progress emergency. That means calls like criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and most burglary alarms will all be handled by an enhanced telephone reporting unit. That means residents will file a police report over the phone. Officers will not respond unless it's an emergency. Also, between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., there will be no officers at any of the 6 stations throughout the city. Call boxes that link directly
We ain't talking about, like, Caledonia, bro. This is Pittsburgh.
And during the overnight shift, there will be as few as 20 officers to cover the entire city. The chief said today the data supports that.
Attention. Between the hours of 3 a.m. and 7 a.m., all emergency services will be non-existent.
To me, that's absolutely insane. I mean, that makes no sense. But I mean, hey, it's their world. They can do what they want, right? I mean, that's what they think. How can you put a limit on protection? How can you say that, oh, I'm sorry, if you get hurt at this time, we're just going to go ahead and send you to an answering service? Somebody could perish for the lack of protection. I don't know. That sounds crazy. Y'all let me know down in the comments. I think that's crazy. I think it's absurd. It's obnoxious. It's crazy.
A one-on-one interview with one of the engineers who's responsible for revolutionizing the internet.
Well, Dr. Thomas Mensa worked along with 3 other men, names you should know: Bob Moore, Don Keck, and Peter Schultz, to invent a laser fiber optic system back in the 1980s. They had no idea how it would change our way of life.
Without these 4 guys, the internet won't work, because we invented a laser-based fiber optic system that allows anybody to send a picture to somebody else's cell phone. Without that invention, you cannot send a tweet, you cannot send an Instagram pictures, no Facebook. So we let Facebook, Google, and all those things happen. Because before we did it, everything was using copper. You would stand in front of an ATM machine for about 8 hours. But now you go in and get things quickly because of the invention of fiber optics.
During that time, how did you even think of this?
Well, I had come out of MIT as a chemical engineer, and I was hired to solve a problem because they couldn't take the invention out of the laboratory. And within 6 months, I've solved the problem and made it feasible so that fiber optics could be cheap and it could replace copper wires throughout America.
Did you ever think we would live in a society now where we would all be walking around with computers and sharing this information?
No, it never dawned upon us. Because right now, in your pocket, you have a computer that is more powerful than the computer that designed the Apollo rocket. So you can get all the information in the world on this computer. But the only way you can send anything, send a cell phone to somebody else's cell phone, is through the fiber optic system we created.
Well, let's just think about this. I mean, I didn't know that. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, it's really cool to know that the invention did not happen here in America. Okay? It happened in Africa, where the motherland, where a lot of things actually transpire. But I mean, I think that's amazing. And let me tell you something. This cell phone gets picked up every couple minutes, okay? So thank you so much for you guys' invention, because I use it every day. I am grateful, and it really helps me to stay connected with everyone I need to within the world. So thank you so much.
Dollar Tree closing 600 stores this year.
Wow.
CVS closing 900 stores through the end of this year. Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants. UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as
They
well.
didn't even spell Citigroup right.
eBay, why not? 1,000 jobs lost there. Microsoft cutting 1,900 positions.
Really?
Expedia cutting 1,500. Cisco cutting 4,000. Apple cutting 600. It's entertainment too. Regal Cinemas closing 429 locations.
Yeah.
Kroger's grocery store chain shutting down 413 stores.
Wow.
It's not affordable to be in retail anymore. Foot Locker closing 400 stores by 2026. Macy's will close 150 locations by 2026. Walmart, already this year, has closed 6 of its supercenters. While the U.S. Senate has passed nearly $100 billion to send to other countries that Joe Biden just signed yesterday, most can't even find Ukraine or Israel on a freaking map, let alone Taiwan. We're paying money that we don't have as our economy goes down the toilet and American jobs die. Of course, we know we're going to ban TikTok so nobody can talk about it.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at the end. But I mean, what she's saying is true. Like, the information that we are getting, I mean, I personally don't have TikTok, but I have learned a lot from TikTok through my husband. I'll be completely honest. I feel like it needs to be there. I don't think that they should take it away. But it's because we're getting educated. We're learning things that they don't want us to know, so that they can't push the agenda on us that they want to push on us. I really think that's the issue with everything. It really does suck that so many things are closing, because I just went shopping to buy some shoes for my daughter for prom. And we couldn't even find those shoes in the store. We had to order them on Amazon. I mean, what about the nostalgic memories of going to the store to find things that you want or to try something on? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy, the world that we're is changing into. And gosh darn, I mean, what's going to come next? Are we going to be like it was a cartoon that I watched with my kids where everybody was sitting in some chairs, and like, you didn't even walk anymore, honey. You sat down in the chair. You were fat as God knows what. I can't use the right words. I mean, we're already a little obese here. You know what I'm saying? So imagine being even bigger. You have a screen in front of your face. You do not eat regular food anymore. They just put a tablet into your mouth, and you don't walk anywhere. And you're just like existing in Nothingville. Like, is these cartoons? I wish I could remember what movie that was that we were watching. Yeah, I can't remember. But it seems like that's what our society is coming to.
I want to tell y'all a story about a wealthy father and his son, right? One day the wealthy father came home and he told his son, "Get dressed, I want to take you on a vacation." So the son, being all excited, he ran upstairs, he took a shower, changed his clothes, got dressed, and he packed his bag, and he came running right back downstairs saying, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. The father said, calm down. Listen, we're going on a vacation, but this ain't a regular vacation. It's going to be more like a field trip. I want to show you how poor people live. So we're going to spend a few nights with some people that live in a shack on a farm. And these are some people that we would consider to be poor. Now, they spent a few nights with this particular family, and when they got back, the father asked him, what did you learn on our trip? Well, the son replied and said, well, I noticed that we got one dog and they got 4. I also noticed that we got a pool that reached the front of our garden. They got a creek that has no end. We got important lanterns that light up our patio at night. They got stars that light up theirs. We got a small piece of land that we live on. They got a field that goes beyond our sight. We buy our food, they grow theirs. We got servants to serve us. They serve others. We got a wall that surrounds our property to protect us. They got friends to protect them. And the father was shocked. He was like, wow, you learned all of that on your trip? And the son was like, yeah, I did. And I also want to thank you for showing me how poor we are. The best things in life are free.
First of all, that was so deep and profound. My gosh. I mean, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So I think it's amazing that the son was able to understand the importance of this trip from his father and have a lot of takeaways of knowing that the life that they're living is okay. But the life that they went to go have a field trip on is even better because they don't have as many restrictions. Someone is not over them. They have a little bit more freedom. They have a little bit more independence. So I think that's really amazing that that young person was able to see that. Because most kids would have been like, oh, what are we here for? Why are we here? So that's amazing.
Your wallets and pull out any $1 bills you have. Because if the series date on them says 2013, they could be worth up to $150,000. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing says here's what happened. They accidentally printed about 6.4 million banknotes between 2014 and 2016 with matching serial numbers. The Federal Bank in New York issued a batch, and so did the one in Washington, D.C. Only 9 pairs with matching serial numbers have been found so far, so there are a lot of others out there. Be on.
Oh, shoot. I mean, I want to learn more about that. I mean, let me go look at my dollar bills. Baby, we got any? I'm pretty sure we got a couple. I mean, ooh, that's a lot of money. I'll take it. Y'all look at them dollar bills. You let me know down in the comments if I helped you to become richer. And I mean, you're welcome. You're welcome. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys, and I really hope you had a great time, learned something new, had a little chuckle, something of the sorts. But until next time, guys, bye!